That's why I run this show, baby. We're moving straight from the gut, from the kitchen, moving it from the kitchen to the couch. Well, this guy, oh, Lucky. So what? Come on in here and sit. Hey, whoever got on here, glad you're on here. Melanie Mayo, Mama Bert's on here. How you doing, Mama? Do you want to tag Brittany Rene Brandon in this video? I done tagged you, girl. I done tagged you.
Well, it says you did.
Yeah, I did.
I wonder how it knows.
Hey, Ronnie Martin, Chad Haynes. I don't know. Carrie Croft, Laura Croft. Got old Lucky. He wants to get in this video.
I thought Carrie was at dinner.
She probably is. She probably can't hear us. She's probably sitting there bored.
Don't get him rolled up, baby.
Okay, Lucky. Quit. You will see me have to discipline a dog. This is why I don't want this dog. Hey, I appreciate the likes. Hey, Ginger.
Look, it looks different now. Mine does.
Well, I wonder if it always looks like that. I feel fatter like this instead of the way it was.
Honey, you need to do it like this.
Well, then you
and
can't.
Then lean back a little bit.
Then I'll look real fat.
If you do it like that, it's going to see up under here.
Well, we're just going to fight through it, and I can do this. Okay. Every Thursday night I come on. I can still watch. Carrie, how are we going to get around that Notre Dame Michigan game, September 1st, 2018? We're going to have to come up with a solution. Every Thursday night, me and the sidekick Brittany Rene, we come to you. Hey, Dave, how are you doing, friend? We come to you live, Stevie Z, my friend. And what Straight from the Gut has always been about is it's always been about me. I'm an only child, and I am selfish. Right, baby? Cousin Charlie's on here.
Plead the fifth.
Cousin Charlie doesn't even know how to become Charlie. I bet he don't know how to log in, but I'm glad he's on here. But Brittany Rene has been my biggest fan. She has been my biggest supporter. She has always been there. She knows how important it is for me to have her support. Very, very, very rarely, or I feel like rarely, do I show her the support she needs, the support she deserves. And this year, it's been a big year for me and her. We've moved in together. We've committed. Hey, we're not married. Hey, we're not married. We're committed enough, though, right? Hey, we're committed, right?
We're committed with a capital C.
We are partners in crime. So I wanted to take tonight's show and I want to give back to her like she's given to me this past year. So tonight I'm going to interview her. I'm going to ask her some tough questions. And I really, really, really want to encourage other women. I wish other women would come on here because I'm an only child raised by my mama, single mother. So I have a lot of respect for single mothers that have to go out and work like this one, like this girl. You know, since I've known Brittany, she has been a very, very hardworking girl. She has been in sales. She understands how to communicate. She knows how to connect. She knows how to deliver an experience that a lot of people can't. Stevie, we're not going to make the show about me tonight, but I do appreciate that.
Still an awesome
the comments. Keep them comments coming. But Brittany, if you didn't know this, she was in real estate along me. We were competitors during the day and roommates at night. But this, I guess probably early summer, she decided she was going to do something else. And she opened up her store, The Exchange, 220 North Spring Street. I see your peeps getting on here, Jennifer Pearson.
Hey, peeps.
How are you doing? Thank you for getting on here. But I want tonight to be about her. I want her to have exposure. It's coming up on that time of year where you got to get out and buy somebody something. So all the men out there, I won't mention any names, but what kind of shitty gifts are you giving your other girls? I mean, we're hearing people are giving their wife kitchen appliances. We're hearing all kind of stuff.
Vacuum cleaner.
What the hell are you thinking? I mean, do you think your wife wants a damn appliance so she can help cook you dinner? So I'm going to get started. I'm going to talk about this. Tuesday night, I think Monday or Tuesday night, I made Brittany Rene watch Urban Cowboy. Who on here has seen Urban Cowboy? It's a great show for me. I'm 44 years old. Growing up during that time period, leaf blower. To me, it was extremely funny. It was very entertaining, but I noticed this girl right here, she wasn't laughing. It was like she didn't get it. But it was Bud Davis, played by John Travolta, and Sissy, played by, Deborah Winger. Bud was a chauvinist. Did you pick up on that?
Oh, God.
How he wanted... Now, this was just the time back then. 1980, the man expected to come home...
He had to one-up, too.
Well, he expected to come home to a clean house, food, good loving. So he really talked down to her. He also talked down to his... hey, Jessica Warner... He also talked down to his other girlfriend. Do you remember how he would talk to her, put this on my back? You know, they're really he was just really rough. But I think it was more of a reflection of how times were back then. So she didn't get it. She did not understand it. So Brittany Rene is a very, very headstrong, independent. She can be a huge pain to me because of how tough she wants to be. So I'm going to ask her some questions that she doesn't know I'm going to ask her tonight. So everybody out there, if you're a female, I want you to feel like you can become an entrepreneur. You can go out and make money. My buddy Ronnie Martin's on here. His wife is living proof of a woman can go out in this world and she can do whatever she wants. I mean, Cynthia Martin is a true badass woman who is showing up a lot of people. I don't know if you're on here, Cynthia, but I saw Ronnie. So I wanted to acknowledge how much respect I have for women in the workplace. This ain't 1974 where we keep women down. So with that said, I still don't feel like I show Brittany enough support. So tonight, she is great. Edward Nelson, how are you doing, buddy? She is great, Stevie Zavis. I appreciate you saying that. So I'm going to ask this old girl some questions she's not prepared for. And we had to move because our Comcast sucks so bad. I can't sit over there.
Away back behind your big old boulder shoulder, honey. You've been working out?
I'm so muscular. So I get to see firsthand what it's like for Brittany to come home whenever things have not gone well. Brittany Rene is what? Goals. Okay.
Hashtag goals.
I like
Thanks,
that.
Girl.
So, Brittany, I want you to tell me what it's like. Hey, thank you, Ronnie. Tell her we love her too. What is it like? Because whenever people think about owning their own business, they think about freedom. They think about unlimited opportunity to make money. They think really about all of the positives that come along with that. So tell me, what are these setbacks that you deal with? Because everybody in business deals with setbacks, with pain, with fear. What is it like, and how do you get through it, Brittany Rene?
Well, I mean, it's definitely terrifying. When I made the decision to make this leap, because that's exactly what it was, I was terrified, but I've always been the type of person that if I've made my mind up, I'm just gonna do it. Because I'm not going to know if it's going to be successful until I at least attempt it. And this has been a dream of mine, so I went for it. And when it comes to setbacks, because there are setbacks, I'm a very emotional person anyway, and I'm very emotionally attached to this. So if there ever is, hey, look, you trying to steal the show, baby?
Hey.
If there ever is, a slow day, it's hard for me to, right now, bounce back. I know it's getting easier because I know that that's just one day. It doesn't determine the future of the exchange. You can't ever really determine when busy times are in retail anyway, or in any business, really. So that's a setback for me. I mean, and you know that because I'm hard on myself and I get discouraged and I get beat down, but you just can't do that.
Well, we'll keep going. Hey, Ryan, she probably wouldn't change her name. She's so independent. She'd want to keep her name. She's that kind of girl.
I'll do one of those hyphens.
But she's got like 5 names. So tell me this. You said this was a dream for you, and you made the decision. But in the past, how quickly have you made decisions like that? And how long did they take you?
Well, I mean, I'd like to say that in the past I've given things a little bit more thought than what I gave this. I just knew this was a sure thing for me. This was my feel good. This is what I was going to be ultimately passionate about. And if anything was going to be successful in my life, this is what it was going to be. I mean, I just knew. And I think it took a lot from you too, because when I had the idea and I came to you, you're the type of person, you're honest. You'll tell me the pluses and the minuses, you know, the positives and the negatives of any decision. And you sat there on this couch when I told you about it, and you kind of mulled it over a little bit, and you looked at me and you were like, that's a great idea. You really didn't have any negatives or you know, things for me to really consider. If anything, you told me to go for it.
One of your biggest clients, Belinda Arender, is on here. Another woman that is at the top of what she does.
Yes.
So again, tonight I'm giving a lot of love to the women out there that I feel like perform at such a high level. I know there's a lot of things that are talked about in the media. There's a lot of bad things going on right now. But again, if I didn't tell you this, I was raised by a single mama. So I've got a soft spot in my heart for women that go out and they do the same or better job. There's a lot of women out there that I know that I work around that excel at a much higher level than women do. So my next question for you, Brittany Rene. Did I say the wrong thing?
You said women.
Well, thank you for correcting me.
That's
it's
what
a
I'm here
great
for.
It's a great quality to be around a corrector. Do you agree? No, it ain't. Nobody wants to be around
And
a
I love
corrector.
that you corrected grammar today, and you're a habitual offender.
I am. I can't speak worth a damn. But hey, okay. Number 2. Tell me and the millions of people watching here, whenever things...
17 million?
18 million. It varies. But tell me what it's like whenever you have a plan. It goes the way you want it. It goes exactly the way you want it. Well, I don't know if it can ever go exactly the way you want it, but can you articulate what it feels like when you have a great day at your job today?
Yeah. I mean, today was an exceptional day. And I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I feel like a high. You know what I mean? Like it's my drug.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
I interrupt. You correct, I interrupt. Have you ever experienced that kind of feeling in any job you've ever had before this one?
No.
Never?
No, and I feel like because I put more blood, sweat, and tears into this than I've put into anything else, that the reward to me is so much more fulfilling than anything I've ever experienced before.
Okay. So get back to what you're saying about this drug, the way you feel whenever things go so good at your shop. You come home, what is your life like? Those days like that, I see it's like watching something magical. So what is it that you're feeling? Tell me what people, if your best friends had to say, this is what Brittany is like when her shop is operating right here, what would that be?
Well, I mean, I feel like anybody would say that I'm a pretty upbeat and positive person, even if I'm experiencing negativity of any kind. But I feel like even coming home today, singing through the house, driving home, listening to music, singing in the car, even though I can't sing worth a lick. But I mean, it's just elevated.
You can't sing worth a damn.
No, but it's just elevated. It's completely, it's a high. Something that I've never felt before.
Did you
Except
ever?
for when I'm with you, of course.
Of course. Okay, so moving right along, these questions she is not prepared for. She may stumble. We'll probably trick her here in a minute.
You don't even have anything written down.
Well, I just know this stuff. As a small, Robert, he's a painter, as a small business owner, it's euphoric to see it clicking on all cylinders.
Yes.
You know, Robert, it is all about Comcast, we're in a different spot tonight.
We've moved locations.
It is all about the process, and I know that's such a cliche right now, but when I talk about a process, it's my plan working. When I see my plan working, I feel great. When this girl over here, when her plan is working, I can tell she's on top of the world. Now, before that, she was in real estate, and I don't want to say anything about your real estate career because you were very, very successful at what you're doing, but I don't think I ever saw you get very high when things went your way.
No.
Now, my next question, did you ever have a feeling you would own your own business one day?
That's tough. I want to say no. It was always a dream, but I never thought that I could make it there, if that makes sense. I felt like anytime the thought came up or I'd attempt to move in that direction, there were red flags or, something came along that caused...
Sounds chicken shit.
Well, and you got to understand, I was a single mom for a very long time, so...
And it's okay to be that.
Right, and if something came along that I knew was going to cost a heck of a lot of money, for Nicholas, he had to have some tubes put in his ears and, just a lot of money coming out. I was afraid of not a lot of money coming in, to replenish the money coming out. So I did have a lot of fear, and I think the fear is what made me, in my mind, think it's never going to happen.
Pam Pegram, you don't sell items to just make a buck. At least I don't feel like you do.
No. And I will say the biggest high for me doing what I'm doing is the reactions I'm getting from people that come and spend time with me in the shop.
Whenever, I know how she feels whenever she gets a review by somebody and they go on there unsolicited. I got to beg people, will you please put something up here for me?
No.
She gets those reviews.
Well, even today, and I know this is just one story out of many that I've experienced so far, but this lady, she's been into my shop one time, and she found out about me through my pre-sale group that I have on Facebook. It's a private group where I sell things. And she just moved here a couple months ago to the area, new to the area. She came in my store to pick up her pre-sale item, looked around, ended up, finding a lot of other things that she really liked. She messaged me last week, and she said the only thing that she's asked her husband for Christmas is a gift card to the exchange. So she came today with her husband and got a pretty hefty gift certificate, and that's what she wanted for Christmas. So that made my heart so happy and really full to know that she liked my shop that much and the experience that I provided.
Heather's given you some loves, and you're a very supportive friend, shop owner, Brittany.
Oh, thanks,
I don't know
girlfriend.
what you said before that, but hey, that was nice of you.
Yes, and I love her stuff. Everybody else loves her stuff. It's, original, just one-of-a-kind, unique pieces. And
we ought to give a shout-out for her stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly talk about her, because Heather's another female.
Yeah.
Hey, it's female night over here. Except
well,
for
I
me
put a
and Lucky.
live out yesterday, showing off her new items that are now in the shop. And so if you haven't watched that, be sure to go over and watch. And I know she ended up putting it on her page too. But if you want to see it in person, you need to come by because it's really, really cool. A lot of people really like it.
Okay, back to me. When you were talking earlier about becoming an entrepreneur, your fear was really holding you back.
Yes.
Okay, but I believe every day is an interview for your next job. So I'm talking to people out there, maybe you're struggling with your job right now. Maybe you feel like you're at a dead end. Maybe all you can think about is my life at the current job. Well, I want you to stop thinking like that. I want you to think about getting better every day, no matter what your job is, because you're not limited to where you could go work. Brittany Rene, for example, went out and opened up her own shop. So if you are in a place where you think it's a dead-end job, I see people too often, they start looking for the job that they want, but they have not skilled up enough to get that job. So whenever you're looking at these jobs that you're like, God, that would be a great job, think about who else is going to be competing with those jobs. So here's what I'm going to tell you need to do. You need to somehow skill up. And I believe sales skills is the one thing that takes care of everything else. You own a shop, you're an entrepreneur, but you are a saleswoman. You are a salesperson. So I think whenever Brittany was around me, I think the one thing I probably helped her was maybe, hey, you can do this. I think that was probably, I didn't come up with the idea. I didn't help out at all other than saying, you can do this.
Right.
And I think we made it very simple, and it was very fast, which she's normally scared to death to do things. Brittany, Jonathan, David, Mullen, do I own a business or does Brittany Rene? Brittany Rene owns the Exchange Boutique in Murfreesboro, 220 North Spring Street. It's a consignment store. She also will buy new stuff and sell it. So she owns a business. That's who I'm talking about tonight. I am you want to know about me? I am I'm a real estate agent. I am an entrepreneur that specializes in selling real estate. Hey, Tony Cartello, how you doing, man? Care so appreciate all your personal attention.
Oh.
She felt special. Winning success.
Yay. That was a fun day.
So if you had to talk to somebody and that they were a woman, tonight I am focusing on women, by the way. Can I say females or am I supposed to say lady?
Ladies, women,
Ladies,
gals,
females.
girlfriends.
Okay, so if you were talking to a lady that she wanted advice about starting her own business, how would you prepare her?
Well, I've actually had this talk with a bunch of women that have come in because they asked me, how did I decide to do it? You know, how did this happen? And I just have to say, for starters, you know, because it is scary, you have to tell yourself how you're going to think. And you have to get rid of the fear. And if you want it bad enough, you're just going to make it happen. Because the thing that I kept asking myself, and I said it earlier, is how am I ever going to know if it's going to be successful unless I at least try it? You know? So first, you got to get over the fear. Uh-oh, I got a little phone call coming in. One of my fans. One of my many fans. I mean, that's probably the most important thing that I can think of.
Well,
because it's all mental. It's all mental.
Well, so one of the things I always tell her is you've got to stop listening to what your emotions, because your emotions are usually like fear.
Right.
That's
you
usually
gotta tell
what
yourself.
You got to talk to yourself. You've got to understand. I talked about this maybe yesterday on our little morning grind show where the 3 things I'm going to do. Well, no, I'm always looking at the big picture. So, like Thursday may be a good day or it may be a bad day. You can't get too high or too low based off of one day. So, whenever you have a bad day, you've got to understand this was just one day.
Right.
This may have just been 1 week. This may have just been 1 month. So, you can't beat yourself up too bad about that. So, what do you feel like would be successful for you?
I feel like one of the biggest things that are important are, making friends and connections with people that are, like you say, operating at a higher level than you. Judy Goldie, for example, Penny Bolton with Penny's Closet. Those are women that I look up to because they're doing what I have always wanted to do, and they've been doing it successfully for years. So, talking with them and getting close with them and really trying to understand what works and what doesn't work, which, not to say what works for one person works for the next, because that's not true, but there are a lot of similarities, and just learning what they've gone through and what they've learned along the way is definitely helpful. So I think surrounding yourself with people that are doing what you want to do is ideal.
Now, let me ask you, Pam says she has a friend in Boca Raton that wanted to reach out, that may reach out to you, that's going to do what you're doing. So can I talk about this? Can we talk about you're wanting to do some get-together in January for women?
Yes.
That was really what I wanted to talk about tonight. I want you to tell us why you came up with the idea and what the point of the group is. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, as everybody's probably already gathered, I'm all about supporting local. So in my shop, I have a lot of local stuff by artists, Of course, Studio 21, Heather Bills, her jewelry, candles, Hound Candles, which are locally poured here in Murfreesboro. So I'm all about supporting local. But being a local business owner that is a woman, it's very empowering feeling, being a woman and owning a business. So I really wanted to create an environment, or an event rather, that, women that have small businesses can get together, have their opportunity to shine. And what that means is stand up, tell everybody that's there a little bit about their business and what they have to offer. And then afterwards, we can sit and drink some wine and mingle and connect. So people that are looking for their services, or, they may know a friend or a family member that's looking for their services, we can all connect. And hopefully from this event, we can continue to have regular events similar and, build some type of connection or a bond, a networking group, if you will, where we're all helping each other out and supporting each other and being an advocate for one another. I think that's important because, if you're an advocate for somebody, then it's going to come back to you.
Hey, Jim McCarthy, Bill Taylor, how are you guys doing? Hey, if anybody's got any questions, let me know about Brittany. Tonight, what I'm really wanting to focus on, of course, is Brittany Rene. That's why I put it in there. But also, I want to highlight and give a shout out to all the women out there that are making it happen in a world, honestly, that it's harder, I believe, for women to do what men do. I'm not saying that they don't do it as well. I just think they're at a disadvantage, and I think it's okay to admit that it's not as easy. But that doesn't stop women like that have been on here tonight, like Belinda Arender.
Hey, can I just call you Bud?
I'm not. I'm very far from a second. My buddy Shane Ray, congrats on the baby kahuna. Shane Ray, I hope you're doing well in a world.
In a world not far from here.
Jim needs to come and teach us how to talk. He does voiceovers and he does all kind of stuff for Bert and big time people. Jim works with big time people, don't you, buddy? So I really want to say this to women out there, ladies out there. I want to say this right. I want to get this right. Ladies, I want you to be encouraged by what you say. I know I'm bragging on Brittany, but I want you to be encouraged because she's come a long way she's come a long way in a very short time. So I want to speak to the women out there, the ladies out there. Don't let somebody hold you back. And a lot of times, your closest friends can hold you back. A lot of times, your mom and your daddy, your brother, your sister, they can hold you back. Everything that you want to do out there, you can accomplish it. But it's going to really be up to you to develop those skills. Like my buddy, Barry Tidwell. Hey, Judge Tidwell's on here. You don't get to become a judge by saying, I want to become a judge. You've got to go through, you've got to become attorney, then you got to get elected. So all my support goes to my buddy, Judge Tidwell, who better be at the gym tomorrow. I don't even know if he knows how to talk on this. But, Camille, how are you doing, girl? So, is there anything that I have not asked you that maybe you thought I would ask you tonight that you would like to say? Is there anything you want to say I haven't asked?
I don't know, baby. Was that it? That's all you had for me?
Well, I'm asking, is there anything? How long have we been going? What time is it?
Let's see. 26 minutes?
26.
28 minutes?
20. Okay. Well, here's what I was going to skip over to me now. It's all about me. I believe that you have a responsibility to your partner. That's another part of the show where Brittany is, I feel like she's definitely one of my top 2 or 3 cheerleaders. I mean, there might be somebody else. I'm kidding. She is my biggest cheerleader, and I think it's very natural for a woman to support the man, but I think it's just as important for the man to show support for Brittany. Now, sometimes Brittany gets pissed off at me. She says, did you watch this? Or did you read this? Because here's how I am. I'm going to be honest. I'm very selfish. I'm very, very short. My attention span is very short. And I'll sometimes go in there and cheat and just like her video.
And share it. And
share it and want to get my credit. And that's really, so she's called me out on that a few times. So tonight I said, I'm going to fix her. I'm going to make this whole show about you, Brittany Rene. So my last little plug, any men out there, Heather Bills, do you feel like you have more on your friends or your partner for support? Ooh, a great question. Do you feel like you get out of there? Hey, who wants this boxer? Do you feel like
Not for sale.
you learn more?
No, you lean more on your
I can't
friends or your
see.
partner for support.
She may be scared to answer a question like that, Heather Bills.
Well, honestly, it really depends on the support that I'm needing, whether it be business or, hey, what if it's about him and I need advice? I can't really ask him.
So am I good at giving
But
you
I
support?
would say though, like Tommy is not only my partner, he's become quickly my best friend. So
Let me
I
tell you
feel
about my best friend.
I feel like him and I have a pretty open line of communication.
Well, how do I support you?
Nothing's really off the table
How do
on
I
what we talk about.
you for your exchange? How do I support your entrepreneur?
Well, you're always uplifting. You're a huge advocate. You're always, sharing, liking.
What do you need from me? What do you need more of from me?
Well, baby, I feel like you do a lot. I feel like you do a lot more than most partners would.
Oh, I'm getting a little credit. I'm getting some credits.
Let me just go ahead and put that out there.
So would you feel, if to answer Heather Bill's question, do you feel like I'm better for you or your friends for support? I think it should be my job. I think, honestly, if I'm not the answer, that is a reflection of how bad of a partner I am.
Naturally, I'm supposed to turn to him first, and I always do. And if I feel like, for whatever reason,
She really needs a ring. That ain't what the show's about tonight.
That's not one of the questions he's asking me tonight, apparently.
That ain't one of the questions. Not tonight. She's going to get a ring. I can guarantee you, at some point in 2018, Brittany Rene will have a ring. I can guarantee that. I can say that with 100% certainty. I can say that.
2018.
That's coming up. You got, it'll be less than 375 days from now. Can you not live with that? Huh? How could you not live with that? So, all you guys out there, Brittany, if you don't know exactly what you want to get your wife, I can
help you.
You can come to Brittany. Stephen Weathers would come up. Steve, my buddy, the weatherman, he goes and he will buy Shawan clothes all the time. So if you want to really surprise your girl, your wife, your lady, here's what you should do. You should find out what size she wears, and you should come up to the exchange, and Brittany will take care of you. Because there's more things up there. Hey, there's also candles. Kristen Roberts, she has some candles up there.
Yes, the home candles. I've also got...
Heather Bills has got some stuff up there.
Jessica Cripps, she's an MTSU student. She makes a lot of the wood working, like home decor, home signs, and blessed, grateful, really cool stuff. One-of-a-kind pieces.
Okay, Pam says you both compliment each other very much. Nice to see. Well, I do believe that people will normally reciprocate. So if one person is usually putting forth effort, the other person will usually do the same, unless you're me. I'm kind of selfish, but no, we do both. It means a lot to me. If whenever she has a bad day, and I've heard her upset a few times, it really bothers me. So I feel like the exchange is her baby. But I feel just as involved, because if it does not work well for her, our relationship won't be as good. It just won't. Because I don't believe in that life-work balance, and let me tell you why. If Brittany has a bad day, she can't come at home and just wipe out that bad day. She's going to come in here, we're going to talk about it. So you don't do balance, you do life together. Mm-hmm. So me and Brittany Rene, I think everybody knows she's a huge supporter of mine. I'm a huge supporter of hers. So I feel better about me when I'm supporting her. So most men that aren't doing that, sometimes maybe they just don't have an awareness to do that. My cousin Tina's on here.
Hey, Tina.
Tina, if you need something for Dirty Santa, come up to the shop and get something from her.
Me.
and go to Cousin Tammy for some Rodan and Fields. Is there any other questions? Hey, I'm an open book. If there's anything y'all want to know about me that pertains to Brittany and this relationship tonight, fire away. I will answer any question about becoming the greatest. Hey, I did hear something today. Swifty, what's up, buddy? I did hear something today that I believe this. I believe that you should always out leverage your partner or whoever you're working with. And what I mean by that is I should bring so much to Brittany's life that she should do whatever she can to reciprocate that value. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Are you sure? Mm-hmm. Are you sure I'm being clear?
Yep.
Are you coming up to the exchange, Cousin Tina? Hey, Lucky, you on TV?
Say hi. He wants to play.
We ought to start a Facebook page and put Lucky on it, or an Instagram page.
He'd probably have more followers than you. What would you think about that?
He probably would put better content out there than me, too. So tonight, hey, again, I wanted to give a shout out to all the ladies out there that are trying to make it in this world. Excuse me. All the women out there that are making it in this world. Got a lot of respect for you. I do believe that we are in a world of equals. Like my cousin Tammy has finally got on here. We come on here and talk about her little venture, Rodan and Fields. But I believe that in today's world, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. I mean, I think anybody can do whatever they want. When kids are better. What do you mean when kids are better? What do kids being bad or sick have to do with coming up there? Does anybody have any more questions for Brittany Rene before I go to bed?
Stephen Weathers just joined.
The Weatherman, about time. Weatherman, we are calling you. We need you to go up and buy Shawan something to wear at the exchange. Weatherman, would you like to come play with Lucky? Do we have any questions? How long have we been going, baby? Is there anything you'd
36 minutes, 36 baby.
Is there anything you'd like to ask me? About being a partner or a supporter or what I think about women or anything. You know, I'll answer it right here.
Is there anything that you're not doing that, or you don't think you're doing that you think you should be doing?
For you or for myself?
Well, for me. Because you asked me.
You know, the Weatherman is one of my coaches when it comes to being a partner. And yes, there's a lot of things that I probably struggle with that I've gotten better. We've gotten along better over the last couple of weeks. Would you say? Mm-hmm. Would you?
Well, we've never really had an issue with.
Well, you can get mad. Well, we can argue. We can fight.
Knock out.
It's okay. We can say we do. Everybody does. But
I'm saying, consistently.
Consistently. Never more than 4 days in a row. I feel like I'm an only child, and whenever you get that tone that I don't like, what I am finding is the tone that you're giving me is coming from where I've kind of hurt your feelings some way, somehow. So now whenever you're mad at me and you're being real mean, I'm looking to see, well, what is it that I could have done, or what is her perception of what's going on? So I'm trying not to react to the tone as much. I'm trying to understand where the tone came from. Like, for example, the other day, Brittany Rene, she's doing something for me for Christmas. I'm going to tell this story.
This was yesterday.
I
know exactly what you're going to talk about.
The other day, yesterday, she's doing my Christmas. She's decorating my office. She's bringing things in.
I'm not decorating. You don't have an office yet.
Okay, whatever. So she asked me, she said, hey, I cannot fulfill your Christmas present without asking you some questions. And she hated it because she wanted to surprise me, okay? So then she started showing me what she was putting in there. And honestly, it's painful for me to sit and look at something unless I want to sit and look at it. So I'm sitting there. I like that one. No, but actually she did show me something that I really, really did like. And we were looking at it yesterday morning again, and I had this question. I just wanted this question. No, actually, I'll be honest with you. Some days I come in here and I'm kind of brain dead and I just say things and I don't even think about it. It's like, why in the hell did I even say that? So I was joking with her and I said, hey, are you getting my office together? And I was just joking, okay? I was just joking. And of course she didn't like that. She felt like I was ruining the surprise. What else do you feel like?
Well, I mean, that was pretty much it.
I was taking over the project.
Well, it's supposed to be a gift.
It's supposed to be a gift. Okay, so I said that.
He's hassling me on if I'm getting it done like this. When I have time to have it ready. I didn't mean for it to sound
like that, though. But
I really wished he wouldn't have known about it. I wanted it to be a surprise, but he goes in that room every morning.
But how did I know about the surprise?
I had to tell you.
Okay, so I feel like she invited me into this discussion. So after she was already annoyed that I said that, I said, hey, can you find out how deep that desk is? Because I want to be able to sit things on here and make sure. Oh, she got so mad. And I was just sitting there, I mean, and she gets very passive aggressive. She just kind of walks off with her little comment. And I'm like, well, normally I would want to say something. I'd want to call her out on that little behavior. I didn't. Went in there and I got in the shower and she will normally, if I don't say anything, she'll kind of calm down. She's kind of like an afternoon thunderstorm in March or April or May. Probably like in May where it's very violent, but it doesn't last very long. That's kind of how she is.
I believe it was very violent, honey.
You can be.
Yes,
and if I will just wait out her thunderstorm, eventually the sun comes back out. So after that, we kind of talked. There's where you have a lot of problems when you don't get on the same page about perception and feelings. So finally, she, in a calmer voice, she said, well, I feel like you're trying to control the gift that I'm giving for you. So then I understood why she was upset. I understood. So I'm trying to get better. I'm 44 years old, and I'm an only child that has really it's only really been me usually. I'm trying to get a better understanding of my role on how I need to react to situations that aren't very big unless I make them big. Does that make sense? That's one of the, hey, in a long ass answer, that's probably what I could do better. What else you got? You didn't know you'd get 20-minute essay, did you?
Didn't know.
Do you remember asking me that question?
What?
You asked me a long time ago, what do I feel like I could do better? That's one thing I could do better.
Oh, that's where we're still.
Hey, I feel like the audience
Good
was
job.
Hey, I feel like the audience was frozen on that long.
Does he get an A+ on that essay submission?
Well, I think too often people react, men, women, they react too quickly. So one of my problems, I am an like the weatherman told me this. You know, this is very, very.
You're getting a lot. Yeah, a lot.
Hey, about time.
Great answer.
You know, weatherman told me this one time. He said, first off, don't take this personally, but you're raised by a mom, by a woman. You've got a lot of female emotions. He said, don't take that personally. He said, I was the same way. So I have a lot of female emotions in me because I was raised by my mama. So here's where I get in trouble is because I'm very emotional and I react in the moment. A lot of times, little bitty situations, they get bigger. They multiply. It ain't the problem. It's usually the reaction to the problem that ruins the day for everybody. Hey.
Hey.
You have any more questions for me?
I think I'm thinking about that dark chocolate in there.
You going back after? All right, so hey, Pam, no worries. Justin has learned to leave me alone and not push my... Well, for a man, I think it's extremely hard to see a problem unresolved and just leave somebody alone because everybody's going to say, man tries to fix it, a woman just wants to be heard. There's another thing, that's the only male cousin. You're exactly right, Cousin Tina. So for men, whenever they see this problem, they want to minimize it, squash it, put it out. Women want to kind of marinate on their feelings. We're very, very different. And it makes it can be extremely complicated unless you can communicate and acknowledge. We talked about this today on our little set. Acknowledgement is so powerful. Everybody should take the time to acknowledge other person's beliefs, their statements, their opinions, instead of going immediately to how they feel about it or they perceive what somebody's saying about them.
Right.
Hey, Robin Haas, how are you doing, friend? Do you have anything? Ask me one more question, or I'm going to have to shut it down.
I'm all out, baby. I'm all out.
Okay, so hey, tonight it was about Brittany Rene and the exchange. She does have some things coming up in January. So I do think if you're a woman out there, a lady out there, and you want to have a mentor, I think Brittany Rene is somebody you should be reaching out to, because the exchange is going to be very successful. It will be very successful because of the activity, because of everything that she puts into the store. What are you laughing at?
Tammy.
She needs
some Rodan and Field.
I'm gonna try the. Does he do dishes? No, I do not do dishes.
Nicholas does the dishes.
I don't do a lot of things around here.
You take the trash out
I take
sometimes.
the trash out. No, I usually, one time I missed the trash. Well, I do my own laundry for my gym clothes. I don't wash my other clothes, to be honest with you. They kind of, sometimes they stink. She'll complain that
my gosh.
That
TMI.
Hey, best friend Natalie Burt, I would probably excel at being a caveman because I don't like to take showers. I don't like to wash my clothes. I don't like to do that stuff. Lucky, I take care of this dog. But hey, here's what I do, Pam. I do enough in other areas to where she don't care if I do that stuff. I was talking about this in the beginning of football season. If I want Saturday to be my day to where she does not complain about it, I'm going to have to fill her bucket so much those other days. She feels like I got to give it. So I don't do dishes. Hey, that's enough. He can't get up on the couch. Best friend, I cannot wait till tomorrow night to hang out with you.
Happy early birthday.
Happy early birthday, Natalie Burt. We love you. And hey, you are my best friend. So, what I want, Lucky? He gives that side. Give him the side. Give him the side. Boy, I would love for somebody. Is it?
Yep.
How do you know?
Here, I'll get it, honey.
That hurt.
No.
So I'm going to shut this down and say this to all my men friends out there. It is your duty, obligation, your responsibility to make your partner feel like they're the greatest. You've got to give them confidence. You've got to give them security. And I feel like one of the things that I excel in is I try to protect Brittany Rene's confidence. Hey, you are killing me, dude. So,
Pulling your bob, baby?
Yes. So all the women again out there, I do want to say I'm grateful again because I've got a sensitive spot in my heart. My mom she raised me and she worked. So I've got a sensitive spot in my heart for women out there. And I want to encourage women to continue to excel in the workforce, excel at home. And
have you noticed the longer that the show's gone on, it's been like this?
Well, hasn't?
Yeah, and then I'm like this.
I forgot you were here. Are you still here?
Well, I had to disappear because I was behind your shoulder and I got farther and farther away.
I was doing my closing about I want to be known as a man that supports women. I don't want to be known as somebody that does not believe women are equals in the work. That's something that is very, very, I don't know how to say this, but it's very, very important to me that women know how much I support them, especially women that are single moms. I mean, there's a very, very, and one day I am going to do something in our community for single moms that need help. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but one of these days that's on my little bucket list. I want to do something around Christmas time where I give back to them. So everybody, I'm going to close this down, but I do want to thank everybody that got on here and is giving support to Brittany. I apologize if I ever offend people about how upfront and vocal I am about helping this girl, but I love her. And you got about, what is today's date? The 12th, 13th, 15th? What is today?
14th.
14th. You got 10 days to go to the exchange and buy something. Tomorrow she's going to shut down early because we're celebrating Natalie Burt's birthday. So everybody, have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in. And hey, all you women out there working, all you women out there grinding, all you women out there that are supporting kids and working, I salute you. I respect you. And hey, don't ever feel limited. Have a great night.